All right, y'all. Blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua, the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah. I do pray that each and every one of you is blessed in many ways. It is a beautiful sunny day today, a Monday morning. I am quite tired due to the fact that the past 2 nights I've gotten about 4 hours of sleep, but that's okay. That's okay. That is a-okay, y'all. In the stream today, I want to talk about finding good trade entries in an uptrend because we are currently in an uptrend. And a lot of people are finding themselves in this cycle where Bitcoin, Ethereum starts a pumping and they miss the move. And then by the time they long, we get a little retracement and they lose money. So I want to talk about how to avoid that, y'all. Shout out to Memory Man. Shout out to Enoch FPV. Shout out to Sandra Smith. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. All right, y'all, we will be live in about 2 minutes or so. And as usual, guys, if we can get this stream up to 750 likes during the stream, I will be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin during the stream. And so, yeah, share the video, call your mom, tell her to come on in, give the video a like. Also, guys, we do have, yeah, let me talk about this real quick, all right, y'all? We do have, believe it or not, in honor. I don't know if y'all knew this, but yesterday it was my 31st birthday. And in honor of my first day of being an old man, we are having a 31% discount on the course. And you can do it, you can get that by using this code. I'm going to type it in the chat right now. Casper is OLS. Okay, Casper is OLS. I was trying to say Casper is old. Okay, but I made a typo and I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and keep that typo. So Casper is OLS. Shout out to Leon. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I know. I'm so old, 31. I can't believe it. Okay, guys, what I want to talk about in today's stream is the following. Let me just pull up some Chisnarts here. We're going to pull up some Chisnarts. Here we go. So we're at the Chisnarts, guys. The charts, okay? And, you know, we just had in the past 4 hours or so a massive move with the Bitcoin, where with this 1 4-hour candle, we came up about, 5%, right? 5%. And now we're starting to get a little retracement. And so I know a lot of people were, watching these charts, watching things come down, feeling hesitant to get into a long trade. And then all of a sudden, the next time they look at the charts, man, we're pumping. What is going on? And then people long up here, and then now we're starting to get a retracement. What I want to talk about is if we're in a bullish environment, such as we are right now, because there ain't no denying the fact, right? If we go to the good old daily time frame, there ain't no denying the fact that we are in a strong bullish uptrend. In fact, if we take a look at Market Cipher B here, we were talking previously the fact that we could potentially print a bearish divergence on the daily. We can see now that is simply not the case. We are not going to print a bearish divergence on the daily time frame, right? We are absolutely not. The momentum wave is higher than the previous. The money flow has crossed from the purple into the blue. And things are looking pretty dang bullish, guys. Are they not? Looking pretty dang bullish. And so times like this is where the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend until the end of the trend. Meaning this, if we're in an uptrend, you can really bank on getting those long trades in. And because we're in an uptrend, you can expect that we are going to continue in the uptrend until all of a sudden we don't continue in the uptrend. But there's a likely probability that the trend will continue if we are in a trend. And personally, y'all, I think we can come up more here. I absolutely do think we can come up to at least 48K, 51K, potentially even 60K. Okay? So the trend shall be your friend. Look at this trend here, right? And personally for me, guys, I was in a short trade since Friday. Over in the Discord on August 7th, which was 2 days ago. So wait, what was that, Friday? Or was that Saturday night? I am not sure anymore, guys. But August 7th, right? I posted this trade setup, right? If we come to $45,000, the weekly level, and the bearish divergences are still there in the 2 hour and the 4 hour, we can enter this scalp. What I was looking for was price to come above this weekly level of $45,248. And then I wanted price to come above the level and then lose the level. And we were going to enter the short. And these were my 4 take profits. Now, that is what happened. We came up to that level with the bearish divergences. We hit take profit 1, boom, right here on that first candle. And long story short, guys, we ended up hitting multiple take profits. We hit take profit 3, which was actually the last take profit that we hit, and we didn't come down to take profit 4, but I did close out this trade with a good amount of profit. About 104%. Was the last time I took a little profit out of this trade. So it was nice. It was about a $2,000 move. And then what happened was we started to consolidate on some support, and that turned into a move to the upside. So I want to talk about finding those moves to the upside. It really goes back to this. If y'all have been following this channel for a long time, you know that I like to use Market Cipher, and I'm a big fan of different strategies. Specifically, the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy is a great way to find entries if we are in a strong trend. So when we were in a downtrend, we could use the strategy in order to find shorts. If we're in an uptrend, we can use that strategy in order to find longs. So how does that work? Basically, the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy works like this, where you're going to split your screen into 2. And on the one side over here, you're going to have, what in the world is going on this chart, y'all? I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on in there. What's going on this chart? I know. I have weird things on the chart. Let me remove these things here. All right, so for the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy, you are going to have 2 charts. You're going to have a 4-hour chart, and then you're going to split the screen and you're going to put on the 24-minute chart. And what we're basically going to do if we're in a strong trend is, in order to catch these pumps before they happen, and this is great for newer traders, and it works even better if you can combine this with some important levels of support and resistance, okay? If we have a trigger wave on the 4-hour time frame, okay? What a trigger wave is, guys, is basically, it's not an anchor wave. If you're unfamiliar with Market Cipher, the way that it kind of works is you will have what's called a trigger wave and an anchor wave. An anchor wave gives you the reference point showing you that we have reached a bottom or a top, but in the case of an uptrend, an anchor wave is something like this, a big old dot on the bottom of Market Cipher B on the 4-hour. The lower the better. If this thing can be on the 60 or or lower, it's even more powerful as an anchor wave. And then a trigger wave is any wave consecutively higher than that first wave. So right here, we can see, if we just draw a line through here, that momentum started low at this anchor wave, and then we printed a trigger wave right here, and then we printed another trigger wave right here, okay? So this would be our anchor. This is our reference point, showing us we've reached a bottom, and momentum is now revving up. And as momentum gets higher, it's showing us that we're going to get another push to the upside. Now, guys, keep in mind, this is one specific strategy that I use that works very well in trending markets, okay? Trending markets, and it's great for newer traders because it doesn't take too much technical analysis in order to find good trade entries. But what we're going to do is we're going to wait for, first of all, that low wave to print. And then if we get a higher wave on the Market Cipher B, that is going to be our signal that we should start looking for an entry. So once this green dot on Market Cipher B starts to print on the 4-hour time frame, this is telling us it's time to start looking for a long position, for a long position, for a long position. Now I'm frozen here on the screen, so I have to redo my thing. For a long position, all right, y'all? That is the first sign, and you can set an alert for this simply by right-clicking on it, right? Right-clicking on Market Cipher Bizzle. Click Add an Alert to Market Cipher Bizzle. You're going to click Market Cipher Bizzle is blue wave crossing up, giving you a small green dot, okay? And you are going to do this once per bar, and you're going to give it a fancy name like this. Market Cipher Bizzle trigger wave, right? Trigger wave. And honestly, guys, I usually do trigger wave, all right? And you're going to set this alert. And when you get this alert on your phone, that's where you're going to start looking for a long. And once you see this dot starts to print, that's where you're going to come over to the 24-minute time frame. And what we're going to be looking for on the 24-minute time frame is we are either going to be looking for a green trigger wave on the 24-minute time frame, or a money flow crossover on the 24-minute time frame. Okay? Either or. Now, again, this strategy can be refined and perfected so that you can actually get even better entries, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. But really, well, first of all, I should just say this. Personally, for me, guys, if you're in my Discord, right, you know my potential trade setups, my technical analysis, I am indeed posting, I'm posting charts, I'm showing supports, I'm showing resistances. But, last night we really did, we found some good support. We did find some good support right on this. Well, there was a 382 right here that ended up giving us our massive bounce. But you guys know I'm primarily looking only for short trades, right? I'm primarily only looking for short trades like this. The reason for that, guys, is because I've got my long pants on, okay? I'm on 2 Bitcoin longs. One of them is from 37,630. This was a setup that I'm pretty sure I entered it. I posted it in the Discord, but in the regular chat channel. This right here is another Bitcoin long that I'm in from 34K. Okay, so this one is from 34,000. And then I'm in an Ethereum long trade from 2586 up 400%. This Ethereum trade. This was one that I did post in the Discord here. Basically where I said I just longed. The reason I just longed was because we came down to a daily level of support. We had a bullish divergence on Market Cipher B. I know a few people, shout out to the Toast Father and a few other people who took this trade with me in there. I'm already long, guys. So I'm mostly looking for Schwartz, okay? But I will still add to my long positions if we get a good setup like this. But pretty much in the potential trade setups, I've been posting about shorts. But at the same time, guys, if I start posting technical analysis in the Discord where I'm giving a level, you can, All right, let me say a few things about the Discord real quick. First of all, guys, it is not a signals group. Yes, I do give signals in there. Here's how it works. When I post a trade setup in the potential trade channel, right, where I'm saying, look, I'm expecting this to happen, and if it happens, this is the trade I'm going to enter. For example, this trade right here. I said, if this happens, this is the trade I will enter. If I get the Market Cipher confirmations while we get this price action, I will short this. These are trades I can plan in advance and post entries and take profit levels like I did here. If I'm just looking at a chart and I see a good entry, I don't have time to go and make a post and say, this is the entry, these are the take profits, this is the stop loss. I don't have time for that, because by the time I do that, the move could already be missed. So I will usually just post my entries in the regular old VIP chat rooms, like VIP Bitcoin right here, VIP Ethereum. I might be making a scalp channel where I post scalp moves, but you guys have to understand that if I'm just saying, hey, I'm long here, it means, you know, you got to long it now, otherwise you're going to miss the move. Okay, so I should just say that, because I know a lot of people are like, you don't post your trade entries in the potential trade setups, you just post them in the regular chat. Reason is, guys, because I don't want people to take a trade late and get wrecked, right? Because if I'm taking a little scalp, I don't know, you know, how big that move is going to be, how small that move is going to be. But anyway, my point here is, you guys know I'm primarily looking for shorts, and but I will be adding to my position if we get a good setup. And by the way, guys, that Discord, you can join it by going to patreon.com/Jason Casper. Also, guys, if you want to learn technical analysis, if you want to learn how to catch those trades, how to catch the bounces, how to scalp and all this, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident trader and improve. If you're struggling, this will help you improve. We go through all the technical analysis you need to know. This is changing the way people approach the markets. It's really, you can check out the testimonials. We go through all the TA. We go through extreme Market Cipher sessions, how to create a strategy, how to backtest, how to have risk management, so that even if you're not the most profitable trader, you can still, even if you lose the majority of your trades, you can still be profitable if you have good risk management. And today we do have a 31% discount in honor of my 31st birthday. It's only good for today, guys. It's Casper is OLS. Basically, you know, Jason Casper is old, but I had the typo there. You can go to jasoncasper.com, jasoncaspertrading.com, and use that code. Boom. And yeah. So yeah. Also, guys, if we can get the stream up to 750 likes, I will be doing the Bitcoin giveaway. So yes, the entering in an uptrend. What we want to do is, as soon as we see that we're getting this this green dot here on the 4-hour time frame, we want to enter a trade when we either get a green dot on the 24-minute or a money flow crossover on the 24-minute. Okay, if we just look at this last setup here, we had a green dot printing on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour, and that dot started printing right here at about 4 o'clock a.m., and at about 4:48, 5 a.m., we get a money flow crossover on the 24-minute. That would have been our signal to enter. We would have entered on this candle right here just before the very significant pump. That could have given us a nice move of about, you know, 4.5%. And this is a great way to catch those moves in an uptrend, because the green dot on the Market Cipher B 4-hour is telling you that we've come to a bottom, right? It's telling you that the retracement is over and now it's time to get another move to the upside. And, you know, I got stopped out of my short in my sleep, but if I had been awake, that would have been a signal to me to exit this short completely. Of course, I got stopped out in profit. I had my stop loss in profit, but that, you know, would have been a signal to me to get the heck out. Now, here's the thing. You can refine this strategy and make it a little bit more effective if you have some basic levels of support and resistance marked out on your chart already. Now, let's take a look at what I mean by that. First of all, you know, if we look right here, this is the 24-minute time frame. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame, right? The 4-hour time frame, I shorted right here, right from this weekly level. And I'm going to basically do the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy in reverse, right? Because basically the reason I entered this short is because we came up to a very significant level, which was 45.2K, give or take. I'll put a line right here. Boom, 45.2K. We were printing a bearish divergence on Market Cipher B, where as the price was coming up, momentum was coming down, right? Momentum was coming down. And if we do the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy, we can see that we would not actually have entered this trade until right here on this candle right here, which still would have given us a nice move. It still would have given us a 4% move, right? But I was able to enter the trade from a little bit higher, from basically the top, And so this is how you're going to combine the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy with some basic technical analysis in order to really find those good trade entries. And in order to do this, it's a little bit less, you're not just going to look for a dot, okay? You have to look at Market Cipher and kind of front run it a little bit and understand your environment a little bit more. Use it in conjunction with support and resistance levels in order to find those really good trade setups. Now, in order to explain this more clearly, I have to actually do a few things here. Hang on, guys. Shout out to Super Googly. Thank you, brother, for the super chat. All right. Okay. Remember, guys, this is not financial advice. And lest anybody think this is financial advice, remember who you're listening to, guys. You're listening to a guy in the basement gym, upside down glasses, Pikachu hat, not only a Pikachu hat, but another hat on top of the Pikachu hat. You would never want to take financial advice from somebody like this, okay? You would never want to, okay? So just remember, this is entertainment only. And I'm not a trader and you're not a trader. You shouldn't trade. I recommend nobody trade. Don't trade, okay? This is just, the purpose of this is just to analyze a chart and say, if I was a trader, what would I do, right? That's how you should be taking this. So we can see that, if we had taken the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy, and of course, guys, in an uptrend, you never want to short based only on the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy. You only want to take longs based on the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy unless you're a little bit more advanced and you can see things like divergences and you have good levels of support and resistance marked. But my purpose here is to show you that although I did use, in hindsight, I could have used the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy because you could say we had a bearish divergence, the 4 hours printing a red dot. The next time we got a red dot in the 24-minute was right here. We could have taken the short. Instead, what I did was I waited for price to come to a level of resistance that I already had marked on the chart, which was $45,248, give or take. And then I was waiting for price to come to that level and lose that level. And what I was doing is I was combining Market Cipher with the level of support and resistance by seeing that as we're printing the bullish divergence, which was not confirmed, right? It was not confirmed as we were coming up to our resistance, but we could see it forming. And even if we go down to a lower time frame like the 2-hour, then it becomes extremely clear that yes, we are printing a bearish divergence as we are coming to our level of resistance, right? And now what I can do is I can see, okay, we're printing the bearish divergence as we're coming to our level of resistance, and then I'm going to come over to the 24-minute time frame. And on the 24-minute time frame, I can see the same thing. We're getting the divergence as we're coming to our exact level of resistance, okay? And remember, I entered the trade before the red dot printed on the Market Cipher B 4-hour, and I entered the trade before the red dot printed on the 24-minute. What I was doing was I was looking at Market Cipher, looking at it as an entire structure, okay? Saying, what is the general structure of Market Cipher? Because we don't want to just look for dots, guys. You never just want to look for a dot. Instead, we want to look for, the overall structure of this thing. Because this is telling us, this is basically interpreting the price action for us and putting it into, a visual language, right? You guys remember during the peak of the health crisis that we had in this country in 2020. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but you would have these governors come on TV and they'd be like, yep, the hospitals are they're at full capacity. I don't think anybody's going to survive. And then in the little box next to them, you got this guy going like, right, the sign language guy, okay? Market Cipher is the sign language guy. Sorry about that. Market Cipher is the sign language guy for the governor of the state, which is the price action, okay? And so we don't just look for dots, right? We look for overall structure. If we see that price is coming up and momentum is coming down like this is telling us that there's an imbalance and there needs to be a correction. Same on the 2-hour and the 4-hour time frame. If we see momentum coming down like this, and price is going up, that means there needs to be a correction. Let's take a look at this here, guys. On the 2-hour, right now, we can see that price is coming down. Momentum potentially is coming down. Potentially, we're going to print a bearish divergence right here. Yet price is pumping up. This is telling us, it's not confirmed yet, right? We need to use multiple time frames, but this is telling us there could be an imbalance and we could need to see a correction here. 46K actually is an interesting level of resistance, but we are looking for not just a dot, but we're at the general structure of Market Cipher. And so if you combine these two things, you're going to be able to find those good entries. Now let's take a look at the long entry here, right? Let's take a look at the long entry. As we're coming down, printing this bottom on the 4-hour time frame right here. I'm sorry, this is a 2-hour time frame. But even we can see it starting to form on the 4-hour time frame. We can see the VWAP starting to cross up on the 4-hour time frame. If we go down to the 1-hour time frame, we can actually see that we are really starting to print a bottom right here, okay? Before the green dot prints, it becomes abundantly clear that the wave is crossing over and we're about to print a big old green dot on the bottom right here, okay? It becomes abundantly clear. And, if we take a look on the 24-minute, what do we see? We see a bullish divergence where momentum is coming up while price action is coming down. Momentum's printing a higher low while price is printing a lower low. And we see that we're about to print a bottom on the higher time frames here. And not only that, guys, but we're coming to an important level of support. Okay, again, we're combining the Market Cipher with the support and resistance. And if I just pull out my good friend, you guys know, good old Fibonacci, right? You guys know Fibonacci. My good old Italian friend, mathematician, super smart guy, right? Look at these bearish divergences forming on the 4-hour, guys. Look at these bearish divs forming on the 4-hour. This is intense. But if we had just pulled out good old Fibonacci from the swing low to the swing high at the time, actually, I think I pulled it from this swing low. Yeah, from this swing low here is where I was looking. And I noticed this, but I still thought we could come down lower, guys. I still thought we could come down lower. And actually, you know what? Maybe we didn't hit a fib support. No, we did. We hit this 382 right here. We hit this 382 support. We wicked through it. We came back up. If we had pulled our fib out and we noticed that we were coming to a golden pocket, right? Believe it or not, this line right here was a golden pocket Fibonacci level. It was the high of the range, guys. This is basically a retest of the high of the range. And we had a wick here from back in early May. We can see we're coming to a level of support while we are getting our confirmations on Market Cipher. And, really, because we're hitting this support, and let's say that you're new and you don't have enough confidence to look at across multiple time frames and say, I can see what Market Cipher is about to do. Even still, you could wait for this 4-hour dot to start printing and then catch along on the 24-minute and have more confidence that the trade is going to go well because of the fact that we found support here. We did find support here back here, but look at what color the dot was when we're finding support here. We're printing the red dot on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour, which means we do need to consolidate or come down. That's exactly what happened. But now that we're starting to print a bottom on the 4-hour, on the support, time to come up. And again, you can, although I like the 4-hour time frame, you can see what the 4-hour time frame is about to do by looking at the 2-hour. If you come to the 2-hour, and if you come to the 1-hour, and you see on the 1-hour a green dot printing, you know that pretty soon the 4-hour is going to start printing a green dot as well. So if we're coming to a support and the 4-hour's been cooling off for quite some time, right? The wave is coming down for quite some time. We printed the wave August 8th at 4 a.m. We start to come down until August 9th at 0 o'clock a.m. And then you go to the 1-hour and you see, all right, it's 23 o'clock p.m. on August 8th. We're printing the green dot. Probably means we're going to come up from here. We're finding support. Then you can start to really look for those long entries. And that's how you're going to do it in the middle of an uptrend. What you don't want to do, guys, this is important, is you don't want to FOMO into a trade. You do not want to FOMO into a long after a pump. If you miss the move, then you miss the move, and you gotta wait for another trade. If you miss the move, you miss the move, and you gotta just deal with that, right? You cannot trade the past. You cannot say we're pumping, let me long. Right? Right now, would I long right here? I would not. People might say we're printing a bull flag. We're going to break out of the bull flag anytime. Guys, personally, I would not long here. I would not. We're about to print a red dot on the 1-hour. Okay? We are cooling down on the higher time frames. The 45 minutes printing a red dot. Potential even bearish divergences. You know, we could pump from here, guys. We absolutely could pump from here. I'm telling you, I would not take a long from here because I would want to wait for a good entry. Why would you want to take a trade if the probabilities are not stacked in your favor? Trading is all about probabilities. So if we can stack the probabilities in our favor, then we can find a good entry. And keep in mind, even in a strong uptrend, we are going to have the retracements, right? We are going to have the retracements. You know, we had the short from the weekly level. We had the short. It was a good short, guys. It was a good short. You know, a 5% move with a little leverage, a little leverage. You know, I squeezed out 100% from this move, right? It was a good trade. And, you know, I unfortunately did miss an opportunity to add to my long while I was asleep. I thought we would come down a little bit more. But, yeah, so I personally, you know, I don't like to take the longs unless I see we're coming to a support. Market Cipher is printing a local bottom, right? It could even be, if you're looking to get into a long, that you know we wait for a retest of the weekly. A retest of the weekly, and you know Market Cipher prints the red dot. We come down, we print the green dot, you know, and you see that we're getting bullish divergences on the lower time frames, you know. But don't just enter into a trade, guys, out of FOMO. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling y'all, guys, listen to old Jason Casper, all right? I've done it a million times. I FOMO'd into a long trade and I got myself wrecked, all right? Just like my old Southern grandpa. I'm trying to get him into Bitcoin for so long, right? My grandpa, my Southern grandpa, my colloquial Southern grandpa, the dude, you know, I've been telling him when Bitcoin was 600, I'm like, Grandpa, you got to get into Bitcoin, man. I'm telling you, this thing's going to 1,000. It's going to 2,000. It's going to 3,000. He's like, nah, son, I ain't getting into that Bitcoin stuff. You know, I only trust in the integrity of the United States dollar, son. You know, the greatest country on earth. You know, we still great up over in America. And I'm like, Grandpa, you know, you got to do it. Then Bitcoin's at 3,000. Bitcoin's at 10,000. Come on, Grandpa, you got to get into this Bitcoin, you know. Yeah, son, I don't trust that thing's a Ponzi scheme, right? Y'all ever hear of a pyramid scheme? Well, you know, finally, my colloquial Southern grandfather, he did get into Bitcoin. I'll tell you where. Tell you where he got it. Tell you where. I'll show you. Right here. Right here. This is where he got in. All right. And anytime you guys enter a trade, because we're pumping, you could be that Southern grandpa. You could be that Southern grandpa. Okay? You don't want to be the Southern grandpa. All right? This is serious stuff, guys. Do I look like I'm joking around? All right? Do I look like it? This is serious. Okay? What? I don't want to answer this call. Get the heck out of here. Shout out to Memory Man who wanted to go long last night, but it pumped, and now he's short. Yeah, cool, Memory Man, because what the heck? Cool, you know, because we got a little retracement here. You probably could have squeezed out some good profit here, and honestly, you know, scalp shorts, you can take them scalp shorts easy, guys. You can take them scalp shorts easy if you have a level of resistance. And, you know, how can we find levels of resistance, guys? We could pull out our fibs, right? Pull out the fib from here to here, right? And we could do some fib extensions, right? Some fib extensions. What happens? You know, I don't know. I've never done this, but turn on the 1.618. Well, what do you know, guys? Well, what do you know? What do you know? You know, if you don't know, now you know. My good friend is how I sing that song. So, yeah, let's see here. Okay, so we're pulling out our fib, pulling out the old Fibonacci, and what do you know, guys? What do you know? Would you know it? Would you know it? We come right smack into a fib extension level, and you know, what a great short. Honestly, guys, this is kind of a good short. In fact, you could make a case here that we come up to the 1.618 fib level, bearish divergence on the Uno hour, and as long as we don't put in a higher high, you know, maybe we'll come down and consolidate a little more after a pump like this. You know, so yeah, don't ever FOMO in, guys. Just yeah, don't ever FOMO in. Just wait it out. Wait it out. Let me tell you right now. Okay, if I was in no trade, and I am in a trade, what would I really be looking for? Well, you know, I'd be looking obviously to hop in a long here. But if I was looking for a short, what I would want to do right now is I would want price to come up above this 1.618 level, print a higher high, while the Market Cipher Bizzle comes up and prints a lower high on the 12-minute. That would be a opportunity for me to enter a short trade, right? If we got the bearish divergence on the 12-minute like that. Let's go down to the 6-minute and see what happened here. I mean, look at this, guys. Yeah, we come up to the 1.618, and we got the bearish divergences. These is how you could enter little scalp trades. Keep in mind the money flow is getting thick, so you got to be careful. You got to take profit soon, right? But if I was looking for a long right here, and again, you got to be patient. Sometimes, guys, you're not going to get an opportunity. You're not always going to get an opportunity. And that's something that you have to be okay with, because if you're trying to force trades, you're going to get wrecked 100%. You got to wait for those setups to come to you. Do not try and force a trade. But you know, another thing we could do is, you know, if we're finding good resistance at the 1.618, we can clearly see that you know, momentum is coming down here. But yeah, if we're unable to put in the higher high, then you could also take a short, because you see the bearish divergences forming on the higher time frames. And again, guys, if none of this stuff makes sense, check out jasoncaspertrading.com, because we go through everything here. How to do the levels, how to get the fibs, how to use the volume, how to use the moving averages, how to use the market cipher, how to find the divergences, how to have a strategy, how to use risk management. Today, we do have, 666 viewers. I don't like that. You know, you all know good old Jason Casper's a Bible thumper, so. What's up, Luis Rivera? I have no idea how to spell colloquial. I don't even know how to say colloquial. Colloquial? Is it colloquial? I don't know. So, yeah, so yeah, 31% discount on the course today, y'all, because of the fact that we are indeed, it is my 31st birthday. Super Googly, you do not get the Patreon if you enroll to the course, guys. So the Discord and the course are separate, because I want to keep the Discord organized. I want to keep it a community of people who are invested, and we do have a really great community in there. The course used to have a Discord while the course was being live streamed. It no longer is. The course is all pre-recorded. Okay, guys, if we can get this stream up to 750 likes, I'm gonna give away. Do you know how much 0.025 Bitcoin is worth right now? What? Check this out. Check this out. BTC US Dizzle. And let's do a good old 0.025. Boom. I'm going to give away $1,145.92 if we can get this up to 750 likes. So, call your mom, y'all. Call your mom. Tell her, hey, come like the stream. Share the stream on your book faces and all the other social media, TikTok, and what's the other one? The Elon Musk one, and all that, guys. Yeah. I'm the only YouTuber out here trying to give away $1,100 of Bitcoin. Man, that could honestly, if you had $1,100, you start trading with that responsibly, you could grow that to 10K, 100K, 200K. You could grow that, man. That's a lot of money, Thanks, David. Shout out to Julius, who's here in the live recording days. Adam, shout out to you, Adam Amur. Thank you, Tommy Strand, for the birthday wishes. Guys, yesterday was my birthday. I'm officially old. I woke up yesterday morning, my back. Catherine wants to know, how do you add to a long trade? So basically the way you add to a long trade is you simply just wait for what would be a good long entry. And then you just, what would be a good long entry. And then you just add more contracts to your position, right? You just add more contracts to your position. That's how you do it. That's honestly how you do it. Let's come to the 1 hour here. Let's come to the 1 hour. I mean, honestly, guys, you could make a good case that you could get a nice short scalp in here. And Memory Man's already done it. Shout out to Memory Man for the short scalp. And that's the thing, guys. Trading, there's always opportunity out there. And if you are a little bit more refined and you know more how to use the charts, you could absolutely take a short scalp. I mean, even in these bullish scenarios, right? If you have your levels marked out properly, if you got them levels marked out properly. I know, when I entered the short right here, people were like, man, that's a dumb move. That was a stupid move of you, Jason Casper. That was so dumb. How could you be so stupid? Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you how I could be so stupid, guys. Well, first of all, the Lord does have favor upon me. Okay, I cannot ignore the fact that the Lord is merciful and gracious and long-suffering, slow to anger. And if we surrender everything we have to Him, then He will bless us abundantly. That is the truth. But also, Market Cipher and support and resistance, guys. We were coming to a level of resistance, and we were getting a bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. I mean, that ain't no joke, guys. That ain't no joke. That really ain't no joke. That really ain't no joke. Well, y'all, I'm gonna have to let's see here. Do we have any shout out to Michael, who says, I'm the real 100x hidden gem in crypto. I've learned so much here just watching these streams. Thanks, man. The mods too. Shout out to the mods. Yeah, Ethereum. Ethereum is I've got some targets for Ethereum. Africa wants to know, how do you surrender everything to Jesus? In my understanding, you basically, it's a heart thing. You basically need to come to the point where the only thing in your life that actually matters is your relationship with the Lord, and you are willing to lay everything down for it. Everything that you think you want, everything even that you think you need. Remember, when the Israelites came out of the land of Egypt, it was pretty nice in Egypt, even though they were slaves, right? And there's spiritual symbology there. They were slaves in Egypt. It's just how, we are slaves to our sin, right? And when they left Egypt, they had to surrender everything they had to the Lord in order for their survival. They were in the desert for 40 years. They didn't know how they were going to get food. They didn't know how they were going to get water. And the Lord provided for them. And that is the attitude that you need to have. Jesus says, those who seek to save their life will lose it, but those who lose their life for my sake and for the sake of the good news will find it. It's a paradox. But everything that we have in this life, we need to hold it with an open hand and say, Lord, everything I have is yours, and you do with it what you will. I am simply just an instrument, simply just a tool. And hopefully, you know, our desire should be to live our lives in a way that reflects who our Creator is, right? People say, you know, I don't believe in God, you know, all these rules and stuff in the Bible. Well, those rules reflect who God is. And for example, why does God say, shall not bear false witness? It's because God himself is truth, right? So if we do not bear false witness, we are reflecting who he is, right? He says, do not murder, because God is life. If we do not murder, we are reflecting the fact that he is the one who creates and sustains life. Why does God say, do not commit adultery? It's because he is a faithful, covenant-keeping God. And if we are to reflect him, we also need to be faithful in the covenants that we make. And, you know, that's really what it's about, guys. So, I don't know what happened with CryptoFace, guys. I do not know. Yes, I do eat chicken. Yep, Scoobs25, you missed the analysis, but you're here for the sermon. So, yeah, I'm actually going to have to cut the stream, guys, because I am going to go into a VIP stream at 10 and 15 minutes. There's going to be a Baruch Hashem, Riki, yeah, Baruch Hashem. We are going to do a VIP stream where I go into extreme detail, talk about all my trading levels, my plans and everything. Why do I murder chicken? Well, I think that there's a difference between taking an animal's life for the sake of sustenance and survival, and the sake of murdering a person. And you know, there is a biblical precedent for doing that in the proper way. I would say that modern big agra, the way that meat is handled and produced is evil. I would say that is evil. You know, when God said, you know, when he created man, and he said, you know, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it and rule over it. You know, he charged us to guard and protect and work the earth. And obviously, now that death has entered the creation, you know, things have changed until the renewed heavens and earth. So, you know, eating meat, God has made an allowance for that for now. So I don't think there is anything morally wrong with that as well. When Jesus was here, when Yeshua was on the earth, he himself, he ate fish, he ate lamb. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to cut the stream, lest we wax too biblical. And yes, I will see everybody who's in the Discord in the VIP stream in about 15 minutes. All right, y'all. Blessings and peace.